this offense with a fresh set of downs. He's got it on the right. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. And the Aggies have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Aggies! When this place gets loud, it starts to sway. They've renovated, reinforced, and still the rafters are shaking.
Yeah, and they still come out, and they still got the 12th man tradition. So many traditions at this school, and that's why they support and they love their team, and people want to come play here.
Now the 2-point conversion attempt is coming. Looks as if he's going to run it. Into the end zone for the 2, and they push that lead out to 8. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looking for an alley from inside his own 20. Can they catch him? He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously you got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
He will be stopped short. The 2-point conversion attempt is no good, and their bid to tie also goes by the boards. They're still down 2. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. The give to the left. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. 1st down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Looking to buy time. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
And that goes down as incomplete, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
This is a tough part of the field. You want to try to create some space and give yourself an opportunity not to throw out of your own end zone. They didn't hold up in protection. They give up the sack, but thank goodness they didn't give up a safety.
He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. The heat got to him, and he just sort of froze and got tackled in the end zone for a safety. After giving up that safety, they'll have to boot it away and give it right back to them.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Offense in a bunch formation. Defense playing a bail technique. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The delay of game pushes the offense back. The offense set for a 1st down play. Snap in the shotgun. He unleashes a long one. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Got some room to run. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Nice play by the DB. Most people say offenses have the advantage, right? They know where they're going. They have the footing underneath them. Defensive guys, you still got to guess. You might be a little bit more cautious. No, sir, this defensive back does a great job breaking on the football, going up and making the INT.
They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you've got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down.
And he's running in the open at the 20. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Aggies. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. And he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. From inside the 15, here's the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback.
Makes the catch down the right side. He's off to the races. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
That last big play has them in business just outside the red zone. It's 1st and 10. One of the offshoots of expansion, particularly in the Big Ten, was how viable could the ACC remain, and it just sort of ramps up the stakes when they meet on the field.
Yeah, I think all of this conference realignment, all the money talk, the loss of rivalries, but it's the haves and the have-nots. And let's be honest, the SEC and the Big Ten are the big 2 gorillas, right? Anytime you can make a statement and dent these 2 big powerhouse conferences, go do it.
I think the ACC, too, is going to play with a chip on his shoulder. Back in conference realignment, it was the best 4 programs from the Pac-12 that all chose the Big Ten and not the ACC, so this one will be interesting.
Wants to throw on 1st down. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And they pick up just 1. It'll be 3rd and 9. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? But if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason.
Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State. Lining up to add another. Splits those uprights right in half. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. They're just about ready to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Got a little room. He's going to get loose. He will score. Touchdown, Texas A&M. Boy, nothing electrifying electrifies the stadium, quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
He gets there. Two-point conversion is good, and the lead now stands at 9. They're lining up for the kickoff, and let's see if this return team can answer with a score of its own. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
He's going for a big play downfield. Reels it in down the left side. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains. They use the chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Looking to move it through the air. He's not afraid to go deep. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
Number 12, Paul in the end zone.
My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to. Wide out in motion. Out of the gun, looking to throw. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage. They just cut into this deficit, and now they're trying to get the ball back early with an onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create some. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
That's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. The Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Not much there on the run. He gets 1 to the 31 as they get set to snap it just about to reach the end of the quarter. Running back searching for a hole. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
I love when defenses are smart enough to swat the ball down. Don't go for the pick, especially on 4th down. They knock it down. You get the ball anyways. Nice job by the defender.
Throws to the tight end. Makes a connection. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Quickly complete. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
Nice pitch and catch there from QB to wide receiver. Great job. An out route is all about timing. 1, 2, 3, boom, break out, throw it to him right now. Great pitch, great catch.
Now on the move. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. The Nittany Lions want to move quickly. Quarterback will keep it. Ripping through the defense. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. Fielded in the end zone. It's Campbell. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? A run for the quarterback. Fights his way for a couple, but stops short of the marker. It's 4th and 1. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is
a shot toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
Touchdown, Penn State. Number 5.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. Coming out with it, it's Campbell. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Fast motion from the offense. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Intercepted. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Penn State! What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. NC State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This Pac team has picked itself up before, and they are capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to LSU. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. Texas A&M going up tempo. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. To throw, it's Reed. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. Off he goes. The 20. Touchdown, Aggie. Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. Here comes the two-point try. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, every coordinator has a couple of two-point plays in his back pocket. They dialed one up there. They didn't get it. Let's see how that affects the outcome of this one.
A little surprised to see them line up for an onside kick here. Down 2 possessions, but a lot of time to play.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
Looking for a crease. It's Singleton. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
A shot toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
How nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game. 3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
It's 4th down and 6, and they'll try to convert. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass, and you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
They'll go to the toss. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Bulls his way forward. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. This is a designed run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their 1st of the half. You want to talk about a decision that could blow up in your face. Going for it inside your own 40. On 4th down, going to the air. Picked off.
Intercepted by Penn State. And they'll take over 1st and 10.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Time to take a shot. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. I haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And he makes the catch inside the 20. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
Well, it didn't take long for this guy to leave his impact in the game, guys. With that catch, this guy's already over 100 yards in the game, and we're not even done the first half.
This offense has put on a display in the first half, and they have a chance to tack another one on. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half.
Just like to see the quarterback have a clock going off in his head, forcing him to get rid of that football. Can't take a sack on 1st down in goal-to-go situation and move your offense backwards.
Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good. The lead is 19. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Stopped at the 26, brought it out of the end zone, picked up an extra yard. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Looking to pass, it's Reed. Going for it all. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Oh, the ball's on the ground. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Nittany Lions will boot it away to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room.
At the 20,
Found as he stopped at the 23. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive, Reese. Like, this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Got it in the middle. It's Thomas. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. And the Aggies will hustle to the line. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen instead. Nice. And it's picked off. He'll try to take it back. Inside the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Penn State. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
They get to the line quickly. The play action fake. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer.
Touchdown, Aggie! And they take it in for 6 more points. He'll try to tack on one more. And it's up and good. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. That deficit's still pretty big, and they'll try to get it right back and cut into it with an onside kick. And in that scramble, they're going to come out of there with the football, and they get the onside kick and take possession right back. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. All kinds of running room. Touchdown, Aggies! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. Still a lot of time to go here in the 3rd quarter, but they want the ball back right now with an onside kick. Smashes through. Great spot to start this drive for the offense. Expect some pressure coming from the blitz. They're going to open this drive with a pass. The sweet feet buy a little time. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
Man, it's so hard to get these guys on the ground. They're such good athletes nowadays, and you can see, had a chance to wrap him up, but he's so elusive. He gets out of the tackle, still forces the incompletion. But, man, these guys are a nightmare to try to get on the ground and try to get those sacks.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
3rd down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. From the gun, wants to pass. It's caught downfield. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wide receiver shows motion. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. He's got it on the run. And he's knocked down. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo booster.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. He makes the catch at the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
Number 5.
Ready to try the point after. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A tantalizing top 15 showdown today, and we've got an update. Indiana is on the wrong end of the steel-toed boot today. This is one of those performances we simply do not see from this program. Embarrassing. They're trailing by 16 to Florida. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Stands in and takes the hit. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass and it never had a chance. Wonder if they'll throw it again after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 49. They'll leave it with him. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run and get a short little gain. No harm, no foul.
Quarterback will audible. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. And they fail to hook up.
Towards the receiver is
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
With a double-digit deficit here in the 2nd half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Got it past the marker. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down. Texas A&M going quickly. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Pulled down after a pickup of 4 to the 27. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. That last one was just a crushing penalty for this defense. Here comes 2nd and 1. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
coming up. 4th down.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Trying to pick up the 1st out of the backfield. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And I love the wheel route. I love calling it because most of the time, I'm going to get my running back who's a fast athlete in space against a linebacker or somebody who can't catch him. Nice play design. Nice job throwing it out in front of him. He does the rest. Gets in for the touchdown.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Things have been clicking along nicely, Jesse, but they have to make sure they keep it up.
Yeah, they got to wake up. It seems like they've been a bit lackadaisical here the last few drives, maybe as we've seen this lead dwindle a little bit, David. So they need a bit of a spark here to get that mojo back.
Yeah, and you always have the adjustments, and then your opponent adjusts, and now they got to readjust now because this game's getting a little bit tighter than they liked.
Dances away. Lets it fly. Got him downfield. There to make the stop, and we've played 3 in this one.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Penn State 63, Texas A&M 54.
They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. He's looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Penn State!
Touchdown, Penn State.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the fourth. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. They go to the ground. Dances away from one. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Texas A&M going up tempo.
A huge game. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and had a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, I'm going to need these runs. I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Aggies. And they take it in for 6 more points. On to attempt the try. And it's perfect. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the fourth. They'll line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He's going for the big play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. These corners going to give these receivers some space. He's looking deep. He caught it. And he will score. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
And he tacks on the extra point. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Dropping back, it's Reed. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He'll try to do it himself. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. The Nittany Lions will try to punch it in on first and goal. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Touchdown, Penn State! And the punishment has been extended. The AT unit on the field. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it out. It's Campbell. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lined up.
Is that stiff arm even a human arm? It looks like some type of steel bludgeoning device on his way to a first down.
Man, how tough is this guy to defend? He drops back, everything tells you pass, and then he scrambles and gets the first down. Just so hard to defend.
Slings it downfield. Complete downfield. Oh, look out, there he goes. Inside the 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Aggie! Getting set for the point after. Bangs it through for an extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, a big-time top 15 duel. Let's get right to it. Miami is just getting blown off the field today. This has been a gong show since the opening kick. Man, the U is staring at a big fat L right now. They're trailing by 23 to Texas. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Getting some heat. He's going for it all. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Trying to take it back. He's inside the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Aggies! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. The kick is good, but the penalty flag indicates we've got a roughing the kicker call coming. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Looking for a productive play on first down. He's going to pass. Using the quick game. At the 20, he's got space. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. The huge play got him on the porch, but now they got a kick in the door. Quick pass on the fly motion. And the defense wrestles him to the ground. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They lost ground on first down, now 2nd and goal from the 5. He's looking to throw. And he was shooting for the end zone there, and they couldn't make the completion. If they can get it in here, we could have a thrilling end to this game. It is 3rd and goal. On the run, still looking. Had to throw it before he wanted. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
They'll try to tack on a little extra to this lead with a touchdown here on 4th and goal. The aerial assault continues. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. They'll try to add another to their lead. And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the 4th. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Trying to escape and get it himself. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. To the air on 1st down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. He's taking a deep shot. Grabs it inside the 15. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. The Aggies want to crank the tempo. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
And a nice touchdown. Continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Finds the tight end. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
If they can move that thing 1 yard here, that'll probably wrap this baby up. Looking for the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Penn State! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the fourth. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. He'll bring it out. It's Campbell. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
Blasted as he lets it go. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will, throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, you know, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get actually just kind of one stop with this many points that was being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.